It's not every day we get to go riding on a trail system that isn't even open yet. Hi everybody, I'm Corinne Smart.
And I'm Steve Human. Join us today as we're previewing the next big trail loop out in Duchesne County. Where is it and when will it open? We've got all the details for you later in the show. Zach, what are you up to today?
Glad you asked, Steven, because today I'll be proving that I have the strongest legs out of the entire AYL crew.
I don't know about that, but you sure can eat more than anybody on the crew.
I'm still growing.
On the outdoors right now with AYL. Over the past 15 years, as states like Utah have moved away from cross-country, off-highway travel, it seems we've been inundated with stories of trail closure. It hasn't all been bad news, though, as some of the most extensive ATV trail systems in the world have been developed in that time to feed our desire to explore. You have the Paiute, Shoshone, Arapeen, Fremont, and you're about to get another one right outside the adventure hub of Duchesne. It's going to be dubbed the Badlands, and it's on its way.
So we're giving you a little preview of the Badlands Trail System. I'm Corinne Smart.
And I'm Stephen Human, and we are out here in Duchesne County, Utah. This is one of those spots where, you know, people just don't usually think about coming here. You know, I don't know why, because look at what we got here.
What I like the most is that the trees have a howling sound.
Oh,
have you noticed? It's a little creepy, but it's still pretty.
So come out here and be creeped out. Well, so we're gonna show you a little bit about the trail system. Part of it is open now, part of it is gonna be open in the next few months. We're gonna talk to the experts, find out what went into getting this thing open. But right now, how about we take a look at just the area that's already here and what you can experience.
When I describe this place to a lot of the close friends that I bring out here, they've got that tainted image that there's not much color. And when I show them pictures of the forest that's up here, I mean, we're right next to the Ashley National Forest. People don't realize just how great the scenery is out here. There's a lot of trails that are out here. We're coming into the Badlands Trail System that should hopefully be completed in the next couple of months. Really looking forward to taking my family on that adventure. My great-grandfather had originally homesteaded in this canyon in the 30s and was one of the people who put this road in the canyon.
When I was about 5, 6 years old, we thought we owned the whole canyon. So, you know, they built this road in the early 30s. And my dad was with them, he was about 4 or 5 years old. So a lot of old Jeep trails, old cow trails and stuff like that. And for the most part, most of them are all wide enough for side-by-sides.
Yeah, I just think that this is one of those sort of gems that's hidden amongst all the stones and you've got to look for it. But once you find it, you're amazed that you didn't know more about it.
What'd you do?
I don't know what I did.
What happened?
That is poop from a freaking bull. You ran over poop and it got all over me. It was so gross.
Apparently, I ran over poop.
Oh, where's the poop in my hair? Get it out. What is the poop in my hair?
I called in sick today. If I had an endless supply of means, there's nowhere else I'd be. I'd be out of the city in a heartbeat and I'd just be in the country doing what my grandfather did. Come out here and just work the land and live out here. I think that Duchesne County has been heavily shadowed by other areas of the state that have been publicized more, have had more exposure, and I think Duchesne unfortunately has been overlooked for so many years. And if people just stop to take time to learn about the history, the families, I think they'd get a lot from it.
So sharing it with the public, you know, I mean, as a landowner, all I do is I ask for, you know, the respect of, you know, leave things where you find them. And I think it's fantastic. I love it out here.
All right, well, I'm excited to see where the trail is actually going from here. So how about we head out to where they're currently cutting?
Only if you gave me the keys.
No, I want to try.
Dude, I want to drive. Case, it's a brand new machine. Give me the freaking keys. Okay, well, let's head off to Zack for our travel adventure.
Hey guys, Zack with your travel adventure today. I am going to earn my lunch because today I'm mountain biking one of the roughest, toughest trails in the West. Thunder Mountain Trailhead. Ruby's Inn is along for the ride. Let's go.
When you start out, you're riding through a lot of the ponderosas and the switchbacks in and out of the canyons.
And then the last half, it's a little more treacherous. You go on the backbone, there's some ridges down here where it's a little straight off on both sides. You get to see the hoodoos and Red Canyon. It's just a really neat ride.
There's some great vistas, and you really start to get in some hoodoos and some of the same formations of limestone that Bryce Canyon is formed from.
It's a little more difficult than most of the trails around here, but it is beautiful scenery.
Everybody, you got your bikes? Everybody got your brain bucket? All right, let's ride. The Thunder Mountain Trail can be accessed from two separate trailheads, one near the Red Canyon Visitor Center on Highway 12 and the other southeast of that location, which is where we took off from today. While we shuttled from Ruby's Inn, a service they offer if you're renting bikes from them, Garfield County has made it easy to hit several mountain biking trails with a paved path that takes you right along scenic Highway 12. Not only is this a great way to see some of the wilderness tucked away from the highway, but it's obviously a fantastic workout.
I love to be outside, I like to exercise, and this gets me outside instead of in front of a TV screen or in a weight room, and just taking in the fresh air and enjoying the outdoors.
I enjoy my mountain biking because it gets me out in the outdoors. We have some unique trails, and because of the color of the country we ride in, you know, it's exercise for me. You know, I don't necessarily get too crazy into it, but it's exercise, gets me in the outdoors, and helps keep me a little bit physically fit.
This ride is not for the faint of heart. These guys have no problems at all. This is like going up an escalator for them.
Now I'm gonna be honest, when I was told that this trail is not for beginners, I thought, how hard could it possibly be? Pretty hard. The switchbacks are sharp, the climbs are long, and in some places the rocks can be pretty slick going down. By the end, you're pretty high up. It's important to know your skill and be honest with yourself.
Quick tip, only ride with what you're comfortable with. It's totally okay to walk your bike down some more technical parts that you don't feel good about. I have done that several times.
And of course, be prepared with maintenance equipment necessary to deal with flats, broken chains, or other common breaks out there on the trail.
Well, if you have any of the tools, that is definitely recommended, and a little bit of know-how on bicycles, especially, you know, for flat tires and stuff, and those are pretty simple to fix. But when you run into mechanical, whether it's chain, derailleurs or brakes or anything like that, it's good to have some knowledge on how to repair them. If not, you always walk your bike out to be safe.
If mountain biking isn't exactly your speed, Garfield County offers plenty of diversity when it comes to choosing your recreation.
Well, there's definitely a lot of hiking with Bryce Canyon and the surrounding area and the Dixie National Forest, but you also have ATVs. We have hundreds of miles of trails around here that you can bring your ATV and ride on, and right from Bryce Canyon City, you know, the trailheads begin right there, and you can go a long ways on those.
This area is a place that there is plenty of coverage, but you know, you need to put down your devices and come and enjoy what we have here.
Don't get me wrong, I enjoy ATVing as much as the next guy, but there's a feeling of accomplishment when staring out over the rocky red landscape along the Thunder Mountain Trail. Knowing how hard we worked to climb that mountain somehow made the colors brighter, the breeze more enjoyable, and yeah, I'm sure the food is going to taste even better too.
Shiloh, what's the biggest size steak you got at Ruby's Inn?
Got around a 20-ounce steak.
20-ounce steak? I'm having 4 of those for dinner tonight.
If you don't feel like you're quite ready to tackle Thunder Mountain, that's okay. Start small. There are dozens of other single-track trails to help you get your legs under you. Ultimately, with each turn of the pedals, you'll find yourself more and more prepared for the next challenge. I told you guys that I was going to earn my meal today, and I am cashing in that paycheck now. I am at the buffet here at Ruby's Inn, and a buffet is nice because it means I can get about 14 of everything. Ruby's Inn has a great setup here. You can do so many different outdoor adventures, biking, ATVing, horseback riding. Come back here and get some grub. Well, I'm Zack Cipriano. With that, your leisure. Can you just let me eat these for a second? Thank you.
Since 1935, Utah's most entertaining rodeo has been coming to you from Nephi, Utah. Again this year, you won't be disappointed as we feature top cowboys and cowgirls competing for the largest prize purse ever. 3 days of family fun entertainment, City of Fun Carnival, parades, French bull jumper, Manu, 15-time Act of the Year, the One-Armed Bandit, Rodeo Clown of the Year, Keith Isley, and the Flying U Flying Cowboys motorcycle team, July 12th, 13th, 14th at the Duchesne County Fairgrounds in Nephi.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
And we will see you next week on the county seat. It's camp time. Are you tired of being left out from all the opportunities to go camping? Hi, I'm Chad Booth. Today on the Race City product review for At Your Leisure, we are going to take a look at the Rockwood 2280 BH Extreme Sports Package. BH stands for bike hauler. Now, for those of you who like to get out with your mountain bikes and are looking for a cool place to camp, this high clearance Extreme Sport Package trailer is your ticket to upgrading your camping experience. But to see how cool it is, first we have to actually make it real. Ready? And voila! The little box behind your Jeep is now turned into a high clearance castle. Let's take a look at some of the features on board. They've actually made the outdoor cooking easy. They got a platform here for a grill, and you don't have to carry a separate propane tank. You just hook it right up right here. Come on, let's take a look at some of the other stuff. One thing about the ESP, it is as much at home in an RV park with all the amenities and goodies as it is after you've scrabbled up some old mining road to the backcountry and you have it parked under a tree. It's got a cable connection. It's got electricity connections on it. It's got, of course, its water tank and city water. And of course, you got a way to drain your gray water out. Plus, look at this, a cleanup shower. Look. But if you've got toys that you've gotten all muddy, I like this. Before you put them back on the rack, get out this nice blue hose, a pressure washer. Hose off those dirty bikes. Up front, this is where you got all your cargo space. This is where you put on the mountain bikes and the kiddie bikes and all the things like that. Don't worry about them getting stolen because it's got this neat little cable lock on it. As compact as it is on the outside, let's take a look inside. It actually folds out to a whole bunch of space. There's your stove, there's your sink, got your refrigerator underneath. It is a working refrigerator. It's great for a starting family because you can sleep 2 adults here, 2 adults in the back, and you've got room for 4 kids with a pull-out bed and a foldable dinette. Okay. And then of course you've got this nice, fuzzy, fluffy, cuddly, big, huge mattress, which by the way, has a heater in it, so you can stay nice and warm. What's that? So, you also have another big bed at the other end of the trailer. So you've got a dinette and a couch here so that all your guests can kind of get together and play cards. Easily can accommodate 6, 7, 8 people here comfortably. If you want to find out more about this trailer right here, it's available at Race City RV in Roy. They are the state leader in folding trailers because they want you and your family to get a chance to really understand what the payoff is of living your recreational life outdoors. I'm Chad Booth. We'll see you next time. Be sure to check this out.
Too often we find ourselves in shoes like these, or these. Wouldn't it be nice to change into something more like this, or this? How about these? Put on whatever shoes you prefer and come to Beaver County. We have exactly the adventure you need to put under them. So the next time you want to change out of these, come to Beaver County where you can jump into a pair of these. Beaver County, Utah. Lace up for adventure.
112 bedrooms. I put guns on top of the channel, so if a bubble comes, I can kill them. A 10-feet couch. Very girly. Guns on the walls. Some flowers on it. A lot of beds to fit all my family.
A mountainside trail. A day of speed that pushes your limits. A desert oasis that opens your horizons. A land of horsepower for every taste. Tooele County is all of them in one. It's time to experience a new adventure you never knew you were missing. It's time to find out what's just over the mountain. Tooele County, Utah. The Wasatch Front is your home. Tooele is your backyard.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. Okay, so this land is a potential connecting trail section for the Badlands trail system. So it's going to connect Argyle and Sowers Canyon together.
Yeah, so this is trust land linking to BLM land, and they're in the NEPA process right now, which is an environmental survey. And by next summer, hopefully, if everything goes through, the trail will cut right along here, all the way up top, and you'll be able to ride all the way down here and see into Colorado. It's going to be awesome. This has been a great process. Why don't we find out what it takes to actually get a trail like this put together?
We're really excited about this trail system that we're trying to work in. It's called the Badlands Trail Group. We've had a committee meeting for about 3 years now. We are really close to our first loop. Where our trailhead is going to start, actually across this valley, over in the trees, the green trees, as you start up the top, is a Vinnequin campground, and that will be the starting point of our trailhead. The Forest Service has agreed to convert that, and we're looking forward to that, and they are planning to do that this summer. In Duchesne County, we have some unique challenges, starting with the Ute tribe. They do not allow ATV access on any of their property, so the first thing we have to do is make sure that we're not infringing on any tribal lands. We don't want to do that. That's their sovereign land, and we respect that. We have a mixture of state land, BLM land, federal land, and private land ownership that we all have to mitigate and navigate to get our trail systems established. And so that's where the process comes in, and working with such great partners to be able to accomplish those goals. So it's not just identifying the road, that's the easy part. Then comes all the work of getting all those approvals and those right-of-ways in place so that people can ride safely, can ride legally, and have a great time and great views. We have kind of a mini part of every other part of the state. We have a mini Grand Canyon, we have a mini Goblin Valley, we have a mini Yellowstone. All these little mini parts that you can come and experience quickly in a day and not have to spend a week exploring the huge areas that are in the southern part of our state, which are gorgeous, but you can do them here quicker. And we're hoping, crossing our fingers, that by next summer, the complete first loop will be done.
So Steve, this right here is going to be where the new trail is. And actually right now, this is a legal crossing for side-by-sides.
So the highway is?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, that's so cool. So you can actually come up right here and go across the highway.
Yeah, and down there you can actually see the old wagon trail that they're going to make.
This trail is really cool, and imagine how it's going to be next year. That'll be great.
I'm excited to come check it out when it's done.
All right, well now we have to go off to our trailhead adventure brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com. Well, we're here in Duchesne County, and so we figured we're with the right people to find out why this area has become such a haven for summer events.
The end of June, on that very last weekend, there's going to be 3 major events in our county. First of all, the Tooele Rodeo. What a great, great experience. They have a rodeo on Friday and Saturday night. They have a parade, beautiful little community, and again, that's that last weekend in June. Also, that's Mighton Days. Talk about an old-fashioned, you know, sack races, all of those things that just make warm your heart. And a parade, great food, and just a lot of fun. And then of course the Ute Tribe Powwow. That is an internationally attended event. If you've always wanted to know more about Indian customs, about their amazing culture, come to that. Literally thousands of people come to the Ute Tribe Powwow that's in Fort Duchesne. And then of course we go into July 4th, and who doesn't love the 4th of July? Now if you want to get dirty, you can come to the Red Mud Run in Roosevelt. That is a blast. People from 2 to 92, because you can do whatever obstacles you want, but it's all about getting dirty and having fun. That's held in Roosevelt City. Also over the 4th of July is Duchesne City. They do a parade, entertainment, food, and lots of patriotic programs. The 4th of July, it's in the middle of the week this year, so what a great time to get away. You can do all of those things right in Duchesne County. And remember, Duchesne City is only 1 hour from Heber, so you can do all of it in one day. July 21st is the Roosevelt Car Show. It is one of the largest car shows in the state of Utah, and it takes place in Roosevelt at Constitution Park. Then of course we do get into August. So August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th is Uinta Basin in celebration. UBIC is really a whole week of pageants, of free events, kids events. UBIC really is that event that brings everybody back to the basin. For the Saturday night entertainment, which is usually a nationally known group, and it's free to the public, they fill up the entire side of the hill with blankets and chairs. You find your relatives, the relatives you didn't know you had, and the relatives that left the basin 20 years ago. And it's a good time for the whole family. And then of course from that, if you have any energy left, you go right into our county fair. It transformed this entire area, our fairgrounds. And there are so many events, from animals of course, stock shows, rodeos, baby shows, food events, fruits and vegetables, 4-H displays, parades. The county fair is literally something that brings the entire county together. I know a lot of counties, well, every county has fairs. If you want to enjoy the flavor of a community, go to your county fair. But if not, come to our county fair and have the time of your life. And we just believe that it's a way to promote our people. It's a way to promote our patriotism. It's a way to promote the partnerships that we have. It's just, and it adds flavor. It gives something to look forward to. A lot of people are from the Uinta Basin, and they love coming back because they were raised with these traditions, these events, these activities. It's all about making those impressions and memories. You know, when it boils down to it, it really is about memories.
Starvation, that Duchesne County life.
Introducing the entirely new 2018 Goldwing and Goldwing Tour. Completely redesigned from the road up. There's a whole new frame, a brand spanking new 24-valve Unicam Flat 6, electronically controlled suspension preload, and an entirely new front suspension. Both come with a 6-speed manual transmission, or, and this is a first, a 7-speed automatic dual clutch transmission. But enough talk, because the bottom line is, if you don't ride one, you'll never understand what it's about.
You have a message, you have a brand, you have something worth experiencing. What you don't have is an audience. It's time to change that. It's time to partner up with the #1 outdoor program in the country and show the world what you have to offer. Advertising on At Your Leisure is effective and affordable, giving you an audience that dwarfs anything else out there, backed by a proven force of outdoor adventure. Contact the AYL team at 801-947-8888. It's time your message was heard.
Beautiful scene, isn't it? The great wide spaces of the wild, wild west. Hi, I'm Chad Booth, host of At Your Leisure. I'm asking you to support the Blue Ribbon Coalition. Their efforts responsibly preserve access to our public lands. If it were not for the Blue Ribbon Coalition and their efforts, you may not have access to millions of acres of land across the West. This is America's playground, and if we don't do anything, we are going to lose it. Join, participate, and donate.
Meet the new leader in off-road utility, the completely reinvented Ranger XP 1000. It's got the most power, the largest towing capacity, the highest ground clearance, and the best comfort and storage. Introducing the all-new Polaris Ranger XP 1000, the hardest working, smoothest riding Ranger ever built.
So Corinne, if I were to tell you that I ran over that poop on purpose, what would you think?
It wouldn't surprise me. And
I didn't.
You're asking for karma, okay?
It was an accident. It was an accident.
Okay.
This is one of those places where nobody thinks there's anything out here ever. And when you just get 10 minutes off of Highway 40, you just find some of these most amazing things.
People don't know about Duchesne. And so if they knew more about it, they would obviously want to bring their family here because there's so much to do.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We've been out here exploring a brand new trail system that's going to be developed in the next year. It's called the Badlands Trail, just out of Duchesne County. We've looked at part of it that's currently open and parts that'll be open next year.
Hey, so let's go take a look at some of the events coming up this summer.
It's a cowboy's favorite time of year, rodeo season. There will be plenty of bucking bronco action across the state over the coming months, but here's a couple to mark on your immediate calendar.
Out in Tooele County on July 3rd and 4th, you can enjoy the Bit and Spur Rodeo. This event has been riding since 1945, so believe you me, they know how to put on a good show.
And our friends down in Daggett County will be holding their annual Cow Country Rodeo July 13th through the 14th in Manila. It's a fantastic event in beautiful rural Utah.
Oh hey, did you know there's still some time to apply for the rodeo royalty?
Oh, I better tell Zack.
And here's a quick reminder of what's coming up in Duchesne County. The Red Mud and Color Run is happening July 4th in Roosevelt, Utah. So bring your least favorite shirt because it's going to get pretty dirty.
And I hear they're adding some new obstacles this year. Registration's open now, so you can find a link on the Roosevelt City website.
Lots of fun stuff going on this summer, Steve. So how can the people at home find out more?
Remember to become a fan on our Facebook page where you can find out about more events, you can become an AYL sticker winner, all of it. Now let's take a look at next week's show.
Nothing like a good old fishing hole to cool you down on a hot summer day. And the trail I'm riding next week is chock full of them. Join me, Zack, down in San Pete County for a ride on the trail less traveled. Then we're going to introduce you to some of our friends at Dick's Boat Shop in Clearfield, Utah. And I'm sure we have some more up our sleeves for you in just 7 days. We'll see you then.
Now, if you want to come out here and explore some of the trails we have today, we're just right off Highway 191, just out of Duchesne, just south of Duchesne, about half hour's drive.
Cool. Hey, did you know that the Highway 191 actually goes all the way to Canada?
I did not know that.
Now you know.
I knew it goes to Moab. That's where when I found it was 191, I was like, that's weird, but it's the northern end of 191.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta go. Remember, as we always say, get out and create your own adventures at your leisure.
How come you guys never talk to me?
Shut up, Zack.
I've been back here the whole time.
We should never take him again.
Highway 91 goes all the way to Canada.
It's 191, but hey, you know, we don't. The audience doesn't need to have what's right.
Highway 191.
Anyway, we gotta go.